welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing something a little smaller. Definitely one of the smaller projects we'll do on this car. Hopefully it should only take a minute, mainly because I already have most of these stuff dismantled. Now, what we are going to be doing today is we're going to be retrofitting the gauge cluster with LED lights to make it a little more brighter during the night. When I first bought it and drove it home, it was pitch black, like as dim as you could possibly get. And I would want to replace them with incandescents, but LEDs are much brighter and much more reliable than these old bulbs. So we're going to be doing that. So first, let's get her in the garage.
Of course, we still have the steering wheel missing on here. So we are going to grab our steering nut, or our steering wheel in this case, and we're going to thread that sucker back on. Hopefully I can just hand tighten it. But today, so we're going to be retrofitting all these with LEDs. I already took it out. And I'll give some examples too, and then the lights behind those too we're going to be fitting with LEDs. So come on. He's a little cranky. There you go. Now he's awake. All right, let's pull it in the garage. Well, today we are accompanied by a little friend. Her name is Jinx, and yeah, she's going to be helping us with the gauge cluster, aren't you, Jinx? Yeah? I know, so many smells, huh? Alright, so here's what we're going to do today. Basically, we are taking these bulbs out. We're going to be taking these incandescent bulbs out, and we're going to be replacing them with these much brighter LED bulbs. Now, the only problem is that I have found a continuity. So before I made this video, I tried doing this, and it didn't work. And I was like, huh, that is so weird. I figured out why, though. So, I'm going to turn the lights on here. Oh. That is another thing that I forgot to mention is last night while testing this, I blew the fuse to the gauge lights. So that is something that is also going to have to be fixed today. Let me go over. I got a paper diagram here. Let me go grab it. All right, so we got this little diagram. Me and Jinx are going to go over. So, as you can see, incandescent bulbs work on a positive. So let me grab one that's next to me. Or that was next to me. Here. There it is. Alright. So incandescent bulbs work like this. So that little tab on the side is positive. So that little brass tab on the left is positive. Right? And this little nub on the bottom is ground. So that's how the car is wired. Isn't that right? Yes. That is right. So, with LEDs, however, I was testing them with a variable power supply to see if they even worked. Because I plugged them into this, and they don't. For some reason, I bought two different kinds, because I thought these ones were just broken. So, these ones, the negative is on this little nipple here, and the positive is the butt. So the reason it wasn't working was because the positive was going to negative and negative was going to positive. Of course it wouldn't work. Isn't that right? Boy does not know how to do electricing. Huh? No, he does not. So what I think I can. Oh, don't go down there. That's scary. That's scary. You don't want to do that. I promise. I promise you. He's bad. So, the clean way or the harder risky way would be to cut these contacts off of their respective wires and swap them. So that way the contacts are the same. Why is it flickering? Don't do that. The messy way would be to cut the wires and just swap them like that. But I was looking at some pictures, or I could just do this. But, well, that's the same thing. But I was looking at some pictures, and these 4 wires splice from the original 2. There's 2 wires that are on the back of this gauge that split off into 8 wires. They are held in by hex bolts, so all I have to do is undo those, flip the wires, and the polarity should be reversed, and it should theoretically work. First thing we have to do, though, is get the speedometer out. Now, I've already gotten this speedometer out before, so the only thing I should have to do is reach back there and get the wiring harness out. And that should be the hard part. The rest should be easy, theoretically. Entertainment value. Put you between my legs, and you don't hit me, okay? You won't go anywhere, sweet baby. So, we're gonna reach back here. Well, actually, we can pull this. I did screw it back in. I do remember doing that. So, first, we have to find my Phillips screwdriver, which is all the way over there. I'm gonna leave you on the seat. And I promised my brother that I wouldn't hurt you. So, you keep them entertained, alright? Okay, baby man? You hear that? Keep them entertained. Don't do anything crazy in the 3 seconds I've gone. Baby man, don't do that. Don't do that. You're gonna get hurt. Don't do it. There you go. Just sit there. Perfect. Get it perfect, because you're a cat. Aren't I funny? You know, for being a little menace, you sure look cute. Hey! No? You giving me the silent treatment now? What'd I do to you? Hey! Jinx! 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 What's she doing? What's she? Oh, you looking at the other cougar? You looking at the kitty? It's pretty, I'll give you that. Is he scaring you? Huh? I'm supposed to be focused on this. So, I'm just undoing these 4 screws that are in there. If I could actually see them. Okay, it is down there. I'm just crazy. Oh, it's tilted up, that's why. That's why I can't see it. Because I'm being dumb. Alright, I'm gonna get these screws out and then I'll show me getting the dash out. Alright, so we got the wiring harness undone, so we should just be able to pull this straight out. Ow. And there is our tachometer. So, if my theories are correct. Hello, baby. If my theories are correct. Yes. Okay. So, this is perfect. So, I should be able to undo these 2 bolts, swap the wires, bang, bang, and shouldn't there be something there? Oh, that's a piece of metal. I thought I was seeing right through. I thought I was looking at my leg. I was like, oh. But, so we're going to swap these 2 wires. And then, because you can see, they go and then they split. There's a little thing here where they split off into these, into these, into those, and into that. So, if I swap these 2 wires, they should be good to go. And then, obviously, we take these out and oh. I have already oh, hi. Where'd you come from? You can't go over there just yet. Hold on. You haven't unlocked that area yet. Hey. I know you're so explory. Ooh. But yeah, that should be all we're gonna do. So I'm gonna take this inside, and I'll go from there. All right. So basically, all we're doing to swap the polarity is we're taking a 1/4-inch socket, and we are just undoing these contacts here, which are ground and positive. And literally the only thing we are doing, you're just moving this over there for a second. We are moving this over here. And that should theoretically reverse the polarity and get these LED lights to work. So we're gonna stick that back in there. Stick this back in there. And then, whoops. See, you gotta make sure you get into that little notch, or else you're gonna bend your contact. That's not great. So just make sure it sits in there. It's kind of hard to do it with holding a phone in one hand, but now, theoretically, they should work, and the old incandescents won't. So, the other thing you can do is replace these lights. I think this is like for seatbelt warning if your car came equipped with that, which if we follow this trace, does have one, but it's taped out from the factory. I don't know why. Probably the guy. So when we grab bulbs like these are the old school incandescent bulbs, and the one I just grabbed hid under the table. So we just pop these out of their sockets. They come out like that. And you grab these new LED ones. It doesn't matter. The polarity on these are already the same, so there's nothing we got to do for that. We just slot them in and re-put them in. And now we just have to do that for that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one. Okay, and now for the entire reason that we are doing this, we are replacing these 4 bulbs with modern LEDs. So we got our pack here. Just need 4 of them, but now we have extras, which in case we will somehow have to do this again. Whoops. I will grab that later. Keep rolling under the dashboard. Alright. So basically we're going to take all these LED bulbs out and just plop those ones back in. Alright, so now all the LEDs are put in, so the only thing we should have left to do is insert all these back in, and they fit, which was also one of my concerns, is that the housings would be too shallow. I'm going to slot those in. And this one. There you go. It doesn't matter which way you turn them. It's the same. All right. So now, last night when I blew the fuse to the instrument panel, we're going to go replace that. All right. So before we do anything electrical related, because I have obviously not learned my lesson, we are going to disconnect the battery. And yes, it is loose like that on purpose. It's because I don't give a shit to tighten it in this stage. Once I get it, don't get me wrong, once I get it running, I'll definitely. So this is what we will be using to pull the fuse. Hopefully it works. Thank you, Dad, for 3D printing this for me. Here's a fuse diagram. That's the one we're looking for. That little guy. So we're going to pop him out, and then hopefully I have a package of SAE fuses here, and hopefully it's that small guy right there is the one we're looking for. So I'm going to pull that out and you can watch me struggle. So fun fact, the only way I can really get under the dashboard properly to get a look at this fuse block is if I recline these chairs. And because these chairs are out of a Infinity, the guy wired them to be electric, which is awesome. Which is awesome in a number of ways. One, electric seats, pretty dang cool. However, I'm stuck like that. I can't move forward or backwards. And also I have to disconnect the battery every time I want to move the chair whenever I'm working on it. So, like a house, I take my shoes off because I'm a decent person. And we get to swinging. So, obviously, this is not the way you get into a car, but it's how I have to get into mine. So, grab my flashlight here, and there's the fuse block. If I can get a light. So this is the guy we are after. I'm being poked in the hand by a wire. So that's the guy. I cannot tell if it's blown or not. It probably is. But I'm gonna try to keep the camera on it as steady as I can. So the fuse puller is in the other pocket because of course it is. Murphy's Law. Alright. And now, while also keeping a good eye on that fuse, we are going to try and pull it. So I think it's just supposed to wrap around it somehow. Not exactly sure how. I think it works better on these bigger ones, but instead of a screwdriver method, we are going to go with the more dangerous method, I guess. Look like a fucking Freddy 5 bear. Alright. So we are hopefully not going to crack it and it goes all over my face. Although that will probably happen. Come on. Trying to grip on it here. Oh, I cracked something. Alright. Oh yeah, I'm cracking it. Well, it's already gone. Okay. Why'd they make these so goddamn hard to get out? I don't understand. Ah. Okay. Well, it fell out. So that's a bonus? It didn't fall in my eye, so that's another bonus. Yeah, flip the camera around. Here's part of it. Where is the other part? Hi, Skeeter. Here's the other part. Let me see. Will it even focus on that? It will not. So that was indeed a 4 amp, which I am so lucky to have in this box. I swear, I saw it in there. Aha! So hopefully I should just pop that back in there and this thing should work again. So, why don't you guys watch me struggle to do that? Gonna assume the position again. Assume the position, jeez. Okay, so we are going to replace the fuse that we lost. And it's done! Look at that! My face turned so red. Ugh. Okay. Well, now that that is done with, let's plug our gauge cluster back in. Come on, power of editing, go. I'm so good at editing, guys. Look at that. I might just be up there with name top 10 editors. I don't fucking know. Alright, so that one bitch from Mad Max. She's cool. So now, hopefully, no surprises. We didn't die. That's a bonus. Alright, so now, when we get into our car, we are going to pick my hat up off the floor. Oh, thanks, phone. Alright, so now, moment of truth. Oh. Hey, look at that. So now we got ultra bright LEDs. Now, are they adjustable? Kind of. They are adjustable. That's awesome. Okay. So the light switch on this is a little messed up. It's a little corroded, but like I can see that pretty well in the day. So I wonder how that would look at night. That is a mission success. That is what we came here to do. I would test the turn signals and everything else, but there's no column to control all those. So that will be left for a future video. Maybe next time we will tackle these lights, and this light, and this light. This light needs to be fixed. This one, and I don't know if this one had one. I don't think it did. It might have. It might have not. But we'll tackle those ones at a later date. So far, that is a success. We can test a few of them. Okay, high beam works. That's awesome. There's more we can test. I think we can test the oil light if the keys are right here. So if we turn the car on without actually turning the car on, where's oil? There's oil. Awesome. Oil works. Brakes don't work. That was, I believe, was the light that was blocked out. I don't know why brakes don't work. Maybe, I don't know if it's emergency brakes or if it's ABS. If this car came equipped with ABS, I'll put an explanation here if I find one. But yeah, I would test blinker. I can't. Alternator. No. There's a way I can test alternator. So, there you go. The alternator is nice and bright. This is so freaking epic. Alright, well, if you guys are enjoying this series of me fixing up the Cougar, I don't care what you say, and I'm going to keep doing it, because I like documenting stuff. I never did it with my other car, and now I kind of feel bad about it. So, I'm going to do it with this car starting now, today. Technically yesterday, because that's when I made the first video. But, next on the agenda, or on the chopping block, I should say, is putting all that back together. All the dash, everything. Technically, no. I lied. Next on the agenda is fixing the steering wheel. Putting the harness back in there and getting the brake lights to work so I can get it fully road legal. That is one of the necessities I need to get it roadworthy. The other thing that I plan to do, that the parts are arriving Thursday, I think they said, which is 4 days from now. Today's Monday. So yeah, 2 days from now is when the LED taillight mods are coming in. So I'm going to be installing those too. So those are LEDs on the front LED indicators, I should say. Front LED indicators, back taillights, sequential, still, that is a necessity. I need sequential taillights on this car. That needs to happen. That's one of the reasons why I bought the car. No, I do like the sequential taillights though. They're pretty cool. But other than that, that's what's on the chopping block. I don't fucking know. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. But I hope you guys enjoy this because I'm gonna keep doing it. So I don't really give a crap on what you think. If you guys like it, like it. If you guys don't like it. I don't know why I'm asking you guys if you want to see more of these, because more of these are going to happen. There are definitely also going to be, once it gets roadworthy, I'm definitely going to be bringing out like fucking cars and coffee. I'm going to be going to a few of those once it gets ready for cars and coffee. I'm going to be start bringing it to some of those, you know, socialize a little bit. I don't socialize at all, and this is a good starting point. I'm sinking further down in this chair. I started all the way up here, and then I just... That's one thing about these infinity seats, is that it's a nice bed. That's also going to have to be taken care of eventually. Maybe I can get my dad to 3D print one of those. Dad, if you're watching this video, which I know you are... Hint, hint, wink, wink. But, yeah. I hope you guys enjoy this kind of content, because I'm going to keep doing it. And I will see you on Thursday. Or Friday. Because that's when the harness is supposed to be here. Alright, I'll see you guys.